I'm sorry. It's like another shot at life. Hi guys, welcome to this channel. My name is DJ Karen, or if you know me by my real name, hi, welcome. And so 2021 hasn't ended yet, but I already took the RT-PCR test twice. And by some miracle, they both came out as negative. And I know I'm not a medical practitioner, but I do believe that was some miracle. And before you think that this is a clickbait video, I do believe that we all have our own COVID stories to tell. You could be a frontliner, you could be a breadwinner, you could be a student, or whoever you are. We all have our own COVID story. But this is mine, and I'd like to share it with you. So I think my latest video that was able to make it to this channel was my video about my new job. And yes, I'm a local radio DJ in a local radio station here in Cagayan de Oro City. I'm so blessed by the opportunity to be able to work there. I'm so happy. But with working every day, there is that risk, and how much you just want to stay home and work from home. But it's really a different setting. And this job has been such a blessing to me. It has brought me it has made me learn a lot about myself. I am constantly improving my craft, and I know this is from God because this is such a blessing. Every day is just a blessing when I get to work with these amazing, amazing people. And so, with working, there are some risks, right? I mean, if you work outside of your house, there is a risk, even if you're vaccinated, and how much more if you're not vaccinated. There's always that risk. COVID is everywhere nowadays. You can't see it. It's always there. Maybe it's not there. And so the first time I wanted to take the RT-PCR test was when my mother wasn't feeling well, and we had a decision as a family to take the RT-PCR test. And we self-isolated. And you see, I'm not gonna lie, we have the privilege to be able to just take the RT-PCR test. We have the privilege to be able to isolate because we have many rooms in our house. And so from that aspect, I do thank God for that. But there's that scary feeling when you're waiting for the test results. Is it going to be negative or is it going to be positive? It's either one or the other, and it can go either really well or really bad. And it was such a scary time for me and my family. I remember the first time with the RT-PCR test, that those nights I actually cried out to God, just praying and begging that my family would be okay, or at least my parents won't have it. Just me, I think my body can take it, as we're like begging and praying to God that it was gonna be negative. It was gonna be negative. Of course, there's still that worry and fear. if I do have COVID, what am I gonna do? How is it gonna work? Can I take it? There's so many things to think about and to consider. And so the first time it happened, I was just really just praying and begging and just crying out to God. And by God's grace, it was negative. Praise the Lord. It was negative. By some miracle, it was negative. I mean, I go out to work, I go to the ATM, to the supermarket, I get gas. Of course, we do our best to protect ourselves. Face mask, face shield, hand washing, social distancing, all of that. But you just never really know these days. And so the second time that I had to take the RT-PCR test, it was after my mom's birthday. Okay, we did go to the beach. Okay, so you might be thinking, oh, that's why, because you went to the beach, But we really it was just the three of us, and it was very strict with the protocols, and we did our best to, and it was all good. It was all good. We had fun, and then and after a day or so, I said, why am I having chest pains? Why on earth am I having chest pains? It's so, I'm acidic and probably heartburn or indigestion, or I don't know. Again, I'm not an expert in this field. But there's that fear because we just went out, and so I was actually beating myself, like mentally, oh, why enjoy life right now when there's that scary chance that you will, why go out if there's a slightest chance to even have the virus and then infect everyone you love or infect everyone you work with. I started to beat myself up for it, but I remember how much I was thanking God for the opportunity to spend time with family at the beach. It was such a beautiful day. It was lovely memories. And so we went to the doctor, and of course I was scared. Although my oxygen levels were normal, but I had these weird feeling in my chest. Now, I don't know if it's psychological or mental. Again, I'm not a medical expert on the field, on any medical field. But the doctor said, you do have COVID-like symptoms. And the only way to be sure is to take an RT-PCR test. And so at this time, I'm saying, oh no, here we go again. Another RT-PCR test. Like I had it the first time. It was not pleasant, the nose, and I don't have any footage because I didn't really feel like videoing myself. It was not a pleasant experience. It's in the mouth and in the nose. And aside from that, there's that the waiting. It is the waiting game. It's like, although it's gonna, let's say 24 hours, but it's not immediate. It's not immediate that you're gonna get the results. For us, the people in charge said, Mom, you're still gonna have to wait 24 hours starting the next day at 5 a.m. because it would still have to travel to Davao, and that's the whole thing. So I had to wait for like almost 3 days because the first day or after work that day I went to the doctor, and then the next day we just had to be sure. The next day we took the RT-PCR test, and then another day, and I think 2 to 3 days. The waiting game. It is a waiting game that just waiting for a result, waiting for it to be negative. And again, you're in this mental and spiritual battle. And I was here sitting on my desk, and actually I still have all the medication that the doctor prescribed. It's over here. This is an oximeter, or was that this one? It tests the oxygen, and we have other medication for whatever might have caused my chest pains or whatever. And it could have been nothing really, but we just wanted to be sure. And these days, you want to be really sure. Not like you hear stories like, oh, they just had like, chest pain or something, and then suddenly they couldn't breathe. And suddenly they would be rushed to the hospital, and by then it would be too late. I didn't want that. That would be the worst case scenario. So I told my dad, and he said, okay, let's just be sure to the doctor and RT-PCR. And then again, I was self-isolating, and I was doing it alone this time, not even with my family, just me in my room the whole day. And again, you might say, well, you have the privilege to do that. Good for you. But the mental, physical, and spiritual battle going on inside of you, sometimes you'd feel uplifted, like, no, it's just, it's going to be negative. It's going to be fine. I've done this before. And then you think, okay, what if this time it is positive? What if this time there's a risk that you would infect the people you loved? There's a risk that you would infect the people you work with, and let's say they're breadwinners, or they go home to their families. And I just couldn't handle that. It was my fault. Like, I would blame myself. And, sometimes I go outside, I go to the ATM, I go to the supermarket, and just think about all the people you probably come in contact with. What if you are a carrier? I just couldn't bear, like, I would just pray, like, Lord, I pray that it is negative. And it was another battle. And again, by God's wonderful, wonderful grace, it was negative again. The RT-PCR test was negative again, and it was such a miracle to me. Because again, I go out, okay? If you are in the medical field, you would say you didn't have any simple symptoms, like serious symptoms. You were doing fine. But then, the doctor did say you did have COVID-like symptoms. Like, I was feeling restless, and the day before I had a bad stomach, so diarrhea and all those things. So after the negative test, of course, we could have gone to the doctor again, but then I had to go back to work and everything. And I actually felt okay. I felt better. Maybe it was just indigestion. It was just heartburn. You might think, oh, that's silly. It could have just, it could have been okay. But if anything, with whatever that this season has taught me, it is to value life and to value the time that we have, every time we wake up every day, that we can breathe. Every time that we get to go to work, even if you complain with all the workload that you have, well, at least you're not lying down in a hospital bed somewhere. And when you think about other people, you hear stories like, they just went to a coffee shop, and then when they got home, they're suffocating. Can you just imagine? If I could tell you, I just feel so blessed. And I'm sorry. It's like another shot at life. It's like another shot at this God-given life, and you wonder, you think, so many people have died, and you're still here. You still get to wake up every day and to go to work and to see your loved ones, to see your friends. You're still alive, and it is such a blessing to be alive and to breathing this season. I know so many people you see through Facebook profile pictures of candles or just this black photo, and somebody in their family died, and it is such a blessing to be alive in this trying, dangerous season more than anything. you have to anchor yourself not just with the things of this world, but to something greater. And that's how I know there is a God. There is a God that looks down upon us. I don't have all the answers as to how come other people didn't make it and you got 2 negative test results. But my friend, I don't have the answer, but I'm sure God has a reason. God has a purpose. And I don't know if you think I'm or I'm overreacting or crying or whatever, but just let's not waste this life. Okay? Let's do something about it. Whatever it is you want to stand for, or you want to fight for, or you want to live for it. We are living in trying hard times. And if you're anchored to just things that will eventually be gone, to the things that are not eternal, you will fall. I wish I could say, you just trust God and everything will be okay, but you could still trust God and still have so many questions. And I think that's why I call it faith. And so I'm here today and I'm making this video because I just had to. And to some of you who are OG original subscribers, thank you so much for still being here. And if you've noticed, I changed my how do you call this? I rebranded again for the 4th or 5th time. I'm not sure, but yeah, the messy hair and all that sticking. It's now Karen Tuhan because yes, I am DJ Karen. I'm known as DJ Karen in the radio station that I work for. And Karen Tuhan because I'm also inspired by Miss Tony Gonzaga, Tony Talks, with the issue today and how everyone has a story to tell and say, yeah, I want to do that too. I want to ask the people I know in my life or the people that have impacted me, their stories, and share them with other people as well. And so that's why I thought of Karentuhan, kwentuhan. And so I actually already started. I'll be asking more people I know to share their wonderful stories. And yeah, it's eat, pray, love. Eat because of what happened. Also because of what happened, I've decided to eat healthier. So I might, sorry, that was my mic. So I might be doing more, healthier recipes. It's eat because I want to eat healthier, like I do think that food can be really good when it's good for you, or it can be really bad when it's doing bad for you. So I want to eat healthy. I'm actually planning also to do a Daniel fast one of these days, but I know that takes a lot of preparation and prayers as well. Eat, pray because, I am a born-again Christian and there will still be, of course, Christian content, and being a Christian isn't something I can separate myself from. Like, many times I would rebrand it and just focus on one thing about myself. But hey, I want to share with you my day-to-day experiences as well, what I do with work. I'm also a voice artist and I'm a radio DJ, so I basically talk for a living. So that's the third one, which is talk. So it's eat, pray, and talk. So yeah, that's why I thought about that, rebranding my channel. Yeah, so that is my COVID story. I'm sure some of yours is probably much much scarier, deeper, or you lost someone, or you're a frontliner and every day you're just losing hope, or you're a breadwinner, or whatever it is, or whatever your story is, I do encourage you to share it with someone you know, maybe, or if you have stories to tell, maybe someday, we get to talk to each other. So we'll have a karantuhan. But yeah, that's what this vlog is. And I'm so thankful that you're watching this right now. I do hope it's not an accident, or I do know it's not an accident that you're watching this right now. There must be some reason. God must have a reason. I do believe in that. And I'm just very thankful. And let's hope that we live every day to the fullest. And my next videos will be about me talking with some friends, the stories that they have to share, and other day-to-day life stuff. I am so, how do you say this? I'm still not so comfortable sharing like the other parts of my life. Maybe just, baby steps. Like this, being here, being in the room recording when I want to look professional and everything, it would make more sense in the studio, but again, I wanted to be more personal and relatable. So there you go. Sorry about the mess at the back. Anyway, thank you so much. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on my social media accounts. I'll see you next time. Bye!